while, you know, when you're like, oh, I need to pull out my camera right
Yeah.
now. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I learned from a big influencer? It was always be recording.
Yeah.
Because you never know when like a good filming opportunity is going to happen. So you're just always recording
That's it.
because you never know.
That's what these guys do with Andy.
Yeah,
That's
man.
why I believe Andy's best reels are the ones where he's on stage and he's like, lady in the white shirt,
Yeah.
write this down. Or like he like called out this Karen, this guy who was at a dealer convention. He was like, turn the music down. You guys are too high energy.
He actually said that?
Johnny captured that, and like
What?
that was gold.
Get the fuck
And
out
that
of
video
here.
went viral. People were like,
That's insane.
People were finally on Andy's side. They were like, yeah, f that guy. You
Finally on
what's
his
so
side.
funny? And like, I don't know if this is like a psychological trick. But like, I've noticed this, right? It's called like having a common enemy. It's
Right.
like, if it's a video of you, if you're solo in the video, then people are like, fuck you. But if there's like another person and then like it shows them like socially making a mistake, then they like attack that person. Does that make sense?
Right.
Because like that
right,
reel
right.
with Andy and that guy, people were finally on Andy. People were defending Andy, you know?
Right.
They were like, I love it. Like most people all the time are like, this guy's fucking on coke. And then in the video, they were like, I love this guy's high energy. Fuck that other guy. He's asleep.
They're like finally supporting him.
Yeah. When somebody finally confronts them about it, then they're all like, oh, f that. It's hilarious, dude.
Dude, I fucking love it. Are we rolling, by the way?
Dude, we're ready to rock and roll.
Oh, fuck yeah. Let's do some things about social. Let's do some things about closing people, like getting clients.
Let's do it.
But dude,
Fire shit.
dude,
Let's go.
oh my god, I gotta tell you a secret, man.
Okay.
I fucking hate how I sound on camera. I
Are you
hate
being
how
dead serious?
Yeah, I hate how I sound on camera. I hate how I look on camera. But you know what? I do it anyways because I am my worst critic.
Yep.
Nobody else is going to do it except
Yep.
for me.
That's right.
And the fact that content is so important, I gotta get over that fear
You have to do it.
of just, you know what, put myself out there. No matter how I think I sound or look on camera, I just gotta do it.
There's certain shit. This is so funny, dude. Like, you know how Wes Watson gets offended when he sees a fat person?
Yeah,
There's certain shit in life and business that just pisses me the fuck off.
like what?
One of them is a 9 to 5 mindset, somebody who can't escape it, right? And then the other one is people who are scared to make content. Because people come out here all the time. There's people who have been to like 3 seminars, and they're like, yeah, bro, I'm going to start my content this time. I'm like, no, you're fucking not, bro.
This time.
You know? But like, they're like, what's your advice for like building a brand? And I'm like, get the camera out, turn it around, smile, and start fucking talking.
And it
You
doesn't
know?
even have to be
Yeah.
a crazy camera.
Yeah.
Like everyone thinks you need to get this like big camera set up. You have this thing in your pocket right here.
it.
It's called an iPhone.
Yeah.
And it takes better videos than my $3,000 Sony camera.
Yep.
And
Yep.
it's scary. And you know what? You don't have to be smart to use it.
Dude, yeah. You know what's so funny? So car salesmen reach out, right? Especially dealerships, and they're like, what's the secret to like dominating social media?
Right.
And I'll be like, I'll give you one tip that will fucking change your life. Here's how it works. You're gonna walk out on the car lot every day. You're gonna grab your phone right here. You're gonna pick 5 cars that you think are really good deals. Honestly think are good deals. Like don't pick a new car. Pick like a 2015 Nissan Altima with like 70,000 miles.
Yeah.
Perfect car. And you're gonna go on your phone, record a 30 your first time doing it. First of all, you're not gonna fucking do it. But if you do it, if you do have the courage to do it, the first thing you're gonna realize is you're gonna watch the video and you're gonna go, oh my God, I suck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's all
You're gonna be
about
like-
getting over that mindset
Yeah, exactly.
of watching back the video, right? That's a common mistake that even I make sometimes. I'll record an awesome video. I felt the energy when I was recording it.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be sick. And then I'll play it back and be like, I didn't really like how my face looked there. Like I wasn't giving eye contact. When in reality, dude, we consume so many videos on social media every time we go on because we're going on, we're getting that dopamine rush.
Yep.
Nobody cares how you look. Nobody cares how you sound. It's all about the words that you say.
100%. And you know what Andy always told me? He said, if you're going to record yourself, like, because he told me when I came out to a seminar 4 years ago, he says, record yourself going through objections every night if you want to get better. Because that's what your customers are saying when you're speaking to them. Your facial expressions, like your eyes, are they on fire? You know what I mean? And you're going to be able to get better at influencing people by watching yourself, right?
Right.
But he said, here's the secret. Don't watch that right after you record it, because your perspective will be off. Does that make sense? You'll be so critical. But you'll go back and watch it an hour later or a day later, and you'll be like, dude, that's not bad. Like, that was pretty good flow.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I think that it's like anything else. It's like the person who takes action is going to win. You know what I mean? Like, I showed you 10 minutes ago a video of Andy 7 years ago.
Crazy.
Like, and you saw the difference in, and then I showed him.
He
a
seemed like
video.
just a normal, I don't want to say normal guy, but like he
Yeah.
seemed just like this like pussycat.
Yeah.
Like trying to teach people like,
Yeah.
here's how you make all this money. Where
Exactly.
nowadays he'd be like, yeah, just fucking go. Now he's
Yeah.
just like, yeah, so here's how you make money. You're going to do this and that. And
Exactly.
No, the difference in
Yeah.
those two videos is his energy.
Yeah. And I was telling him,
How crazy are you on camera?
dude, same information, different person, different delivery, more passion, you know, more fire, more intensity, more conviction.
Yeah.
It's just so crazy. And all that, you know what did it? It wasn't training on the word tracks. It wasn't fucking reading books. It wasn't going to seminars. It was getting behind the camera every day. That's all it was.
But do you know how you actually get that energy? How you build that up? You just got to take that leap forward, right?
Red Bull. I'm just
Everybody,
kidding.
right? Yes, exactly. No, it's all
know?
about practice, bro.
That's
Like,
what the haters in the comments say.
is the Red Bull that he's
Or
drinking.
some of that.
But no, it's all about practicing, and the more that you practice, right?
Yeah.
When I first started recording videos, so I had a boss, or he was really an owner. I had an owner of the come up to me. I was running his social media. I was starting to actually build a following at that time. I think it was like 5,000 followers, which at the time was a lot of followers, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, Evan, starting Monday, you're doing video. I looked him straight in the,
Nice.
I looked him straight in the eyes and said, I'm good.
Hell no.
He goes, no, you don't understand. Starting Monday, you're doing videos. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So I went on YouTube all night long.
Six
looked-
pack or you're fired.
yeah.
Kind of shit.
I looked up on YouTube, Doug DeMuro, all these other people, and my
Yeah.
first video, bro, was so atrocious. It was literally me holding up, and I'm like,
But yeah, dude, it's so funny, man.
yeah, but
It's
no,
all-
so
yeah.
he loved it, right? And I loved it too. I was just like, you know what? The audience loved it too. I think I got like 100 views on it.
And you know what's so funny? Like, people don't want to be vulnerable. They don't want to get vulnerable, but vulnerability is what people like.
Yes.
So you'll have people in the comments. This is like just being real. You'll have people in the comments who are going to say your pants are too tight. You're freaking. You sound like a dumbass. You know, this guy should go screw off. None of those people are going to be successful, by the way. None of those people are going to be successful.
No,
But of those 10 comments that you're scared of, you're going to find like 100 who are watching you and maybe comment, maybe don't, but are like, I like this guy. He's got courage. Like, he's showing his true colors. He's being authentic. He's bringing good energy. And those are the people you want to buy. And if you stick around long enough, they will come to you, you know?
You actually
When you do a
have
call to action, they'll be the ones reaching out. And you won't realize it, but it'll be their first time reaching out. You'll call them and they'll say, I've been watching your content for 6 months. It's been changing my life.
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
you
That's
don't
what you gotta
even
do it for.
realize that they're there,
Yep.
right? Because all you could see is these negative comments, and
That's it.
you could just, you think about, oh, I'm just posting,
Yep.
when you don't actually realize that the people watching you
Yep.
are absorbing everything that you're posting,
Yep.
and they're getting more and more committed to you
That's it.
without you even without you have to hop on a sales call
Yep.
and
It's
be like,
it's
hey, so my name is Evan Ross. And they're like, no, I know who you
Exactly.
are, bro. I've been watching you for years now.
Exactly.
So you don't even have to do the selling anymore.
Yeah.
They're already have the decision made up in their mind. Dude,
Yeah.
because I've been watching you for so long, I want to buy from you.
Yeah.
I believe in you. I know what you do. I know who you are. And that's all because of whatever you put out there on social media, you're getting back. The same energy you put in is the same energy you receive.
Yeah. Andy told me when I first started, he said, dude, if you want to close everybody, be the content. He said, because the people who are texting me, they have a relationship, not with me, not with Andy Elliott. He's like, when I'm Andy Elliott, I'm at home in my underwear playing with my kids. You know what I'm saying? They have a relationship with Andy Elliott, the content. You need to sound like the content. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like when you post these videos, prior to them ever even talking to you, they're building a relationship with you and your content. Like we were talking about a couple guys that are cool, like Chris Cohn, right? The way he speaks.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's a bad dude. I might meet him and be like, he's a fool. You know what I'm saying? But I like his content. I got a relationship.
Well, he puts
him,
out the personality online. So you think you know everything about him. You think you know everything about Andy Elliott.
Yeah.
Just because of what he puts out there.
Exactly.
And in our minds, right, because we trust social media so much, we're like, oh, dude, he has to be a good guy.
That's it.
He's putting out videos. Is that actually true, though? I don't know it. You don't know it.
Exactly.
Only the people who are actually close to him will know that.
That's it, dude. And I'll tell you this. So yesterday, Brad was talking, and if you listened, he was like, he said when he was young, he saw Elvis with his dad, right? And his dad was like, oh, we can't get over to Elvis. Like, you know, he's through a crowd of people. And Brad was young, and he was like 3 feet tall, and he saw through people's legs, right? That's how I view social media, right? Like, I'm hunting. Remember how we talked about going deep with clients?
Yeah.
I'm hunting for I don't even see the comments, like, that are hateful. I don't even see the people who are like, fucking loser. Like, I don't even see those. I'm like weeding through the likes, weeding through the views, weeding through the comments and the DMs, trying to find the person who actually needs my help, one at a time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Might be, like I said, some people have a following of 1,000 people, 1,000 followers, but they've got quality relationships with 100 of them.
Yeah.
And those 100 people will spend $100,000 with that person, and that's enough, right? All you need, like I always heard Andy say this, all you need is 1,000 raging fans. That's all you need in life. And,
everyone else is just fluff that builds up your brand.
That's it. And then, you know, one more paradigm shift I had, because this is good shit. Like, this is like what people need to hear about branding, right? The last paradigm shift I had was when I went to Andy a while ago when I started to build my brand. And I was like, dude, how do you think I look in this video, bro? Like, how does that look? And he's like, it doesn't fucking matter. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, dude, because you're focused. Your content will be different, because you're not going to think like, what can I post today that'll make me look cool, right? I'm thinking, what can I put out there that the person on the other end of this camera needs to see right now? Does that make sense? And needs help. What did I need when I was younger? Like 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 10 years ago, what did I need to hear in business? Does that make sense?
I love that, dude.
And when you approach it with that mindset, people can feel, you know, like Bradley says, in sales, it's a vibration. When you go from selling to helping, your vibration changes with people. People can tell that you're not just in it for money. You're really willing to help. So like people on the other end, when you're posting real content, they can feel that that's what you're trying to do. Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah, and dude, we're talking about like hate comments, bro. I love hate comments. I love the negativity. My biggest social media hack is create content that's gonna be controversial, because it's going to get people to want to comment. Yeah. Like whenever I'm working with clients and we're coming up with video ideas and they're like, yo, I need a script. I got you.
Yeah.
We'll come up with a script. We'll put all the valuable information in there, and then I'll be like, okay, how do we make this controversial? Okay, you know what? We're gonna tweak this just a little bit, just to get people to get pissed off.
Yeah.
And make them want to comment.
That's it.
Because you know what? Even though it's going to piss people off, do you think your real buyer, your real customer, is the person who's going, fuck you, that's so wrong,
Exactly.
you pissed me off? Or would you rather have 1,000 people commenting that?
Yeah.
Blowing up your video, pushing it to new people who need to see your content. And now all of a sudden your target customer, your video pops up and they go, wow, cool.
Exactly.
And click on your profile and go straight to the link in your bio and straight to DMing you. That's how you really get clients. Yep. They're not going to go, that was an interesting video. Let me go look at what other people think about this. No, they're going to be like, wow, that really resonated with me.
That's all.
I'm just going to go take action right now.
Yeah, that's it. It's like I'm looking for the one. You know what I mean? Like Like I always say this, right? Like what we do, if you're a coach, and in most industries you can do this too. You create what's called a dream client, like an avatar, right? Mm-hmm. What is that person? What do they wear? How do they treat their kids? What are their hobbies? What's their heart like? And then you're just looking for that person, dude. And anybody outside of that person, it's like, you're not my guy anyway. It's all good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
this isn't for you.
But they're watching your stuff, and
they're helping it
they're
get to the
helping
right
your
people.
video. Exactly.
Yeah.
They're helping your video get to the right people.
Exactly.
So that your perfect avatar that you just talked about,
Yeah.
boom, ding, 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 ding.
Okay.
Now they're seeing it.
Yo, off the cuff question, right?
Go for it.
You know what other comments that I used to hate, but I keep on my profile now? The ones that say, send this pic on @Arizona.diaries
Yep.
or something like that. What the is that all about, bro?
So
What is that?
those are bots.
Okay.
Right? What they go by, they could tell exactly where you posted your photo or video. And I get this all the time because I just posted something in Arizona yesterday.
You get a lot of those on your on your picture?
Every day, bro.
Bro, they're
every
fucking,
single post.
Dude, they're
But
crazy
you know
in
what?
Arizona, bro.
Don't delete them.
Yeah.
Don't delete them. Here's why.
I reply to them now.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, will do.
Those are
Drop
3
me the
new
link.
comments, and Instagram doesn't know the difference between those and a real person.
Yeah.
We think they're that smart, but they're not.
Yeah.
So now, all of a sudden, you have 3 new engagements on a video that you didn't have before. Most people would be like, oh, I need to delete all this shit. It's clogging up my feed.
Yeah.
It's not doing anything to your feed, bro. It's getting you engagement. Same thing with the hate comments.
Dude, that's
they're like,
so
dude,
funny.
I gotta get rid of the hate comments. Like, it's gonna make my brand look bad.
Yeah.
Really? You think the billionaire who you really want to land as your client is really taking the time to go through your comments and be like, oh,
Exactly.
someone commented something mean about him. No, I don't want to do business with him anymore.
You know what's funny? So you know that Limitless party, that
Yes.
mansion party? Mm-hmm. While I was there, I was talking to this guy who's a big influencer, right? And he said when he was trying to build his brand, what he did was he had his team like make alternative Instagram pages. Mm-hmm. And as soon as he would post a video, they'd go comment like something hateful. Does that make sense?
Dude, I love that. That's the best strategy I've ever heard.
And then the haters would comment and like it and be like, yeah, fuck this guy. And it would like pump it like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's funny? I actually have the same thing. So I have a client who has a used car dealership, and one of the people that we work with is like a Hollywood actor. Mm-hmm. We film with him in all the videos. And during the videos, we'll purposely come up with like controversial topics. So like, for example, we'll compare like a Tesla to like a Lamborghini and be like, here's why Tesla is better than a Lamborghini, which automatically gets people pissed off.
Oh, dude.
And then him and we have like our other accounts. We'll make the pinned comment, dude, Teslas are the best car ever. And then everyone will start replying to that one comment because A, the video is so controversial, they want to comment.
That, dude.
And then B, the first comment they see, they're like, I need to combat right now because I'm angry. I need to go comment.
Exactly.
And what are they doing? They're just making my video blow up because I put those little red pill moments in there.
Yeah.
And it's just getting more engagement for myself.
They say like haters make us famous. And I don't know how true that is in like before social media, but it's fucking true now. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like definitely true. You know what I mean?
Do you know how to actually blow up on social media? Here's 3 things to fucking blow up on social media right now. All right. Number 1, you need to have a niche, right? The reason you need to have a niche, the platform needs to know who to push your content to. Number 2, you need to like exciting about fitness, like what do you like? And then make content about that.
Yep.
And then number 3, you need to consistently every single day be posting videos about that niche.
Yep.
That's how you really blow up, because you need to have social media push your content to the right people. You need to be making videos about that topic basically. Mm-hmm. And then you need to consistently be putting that message out again and again and again. Otherwise, dude, you're gonna get lost in the feed.
It's fire.
Exactly, bro.
Right there.
I
I love strategies. I just love the fact that you have a strategy for it. You know what I mean? Because there's people who blow up who don't really know how they blew up, right? But like you need something that's like dependable, because it's not going to work for everybody, right?
People think that luck is a big thing.
Yeah.
And I've worked with about 60 different people and brands. It's not bad luck.
Yeah, but of the three that you said, I think the most important one is consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Daily do it, dude. You know what I mean? Like daily post. Consistency is what's going to win.
So the three big pages that I've blown up in the past few months, the first one, 184,000 followers. Second one, 120,000 followers. Third one, 110,000 followers. All in the past couple months. The biggest strategy that I used, I found what worked. And the only reason I found what worked is because I tested out like 4 to 5 different types of videos every single day. So like if we have 7 days in the week, I'd try a different type of video.
Every day.
Every day. The ones that I saw were doing the best, I'd be like, okay, perfect. Let me double down on that.
Yeah.
Double down on it again. See, okay, I'm still getting the same response. It wasn't just a luck thing.
Yep.
Now, go full force on that one type of video every single day until the page blows up.
That's the value of having a coach, right? Is you fucking tried that. And like, you know, for example, you join a coaching program, right? Whether it's sales, real estate, you hire an expert for something. Dude, it's like, it's going to save you all that time. Right? Does that make sense? So like picture a real estate mastermind, right? They teach you what to buy, what not to buy so you don't make expensive mistakes because mistakes are expensive in real estate. You buy the wrong house, cost you $500,000, right?
Yeah.
But I think that what people don't understand is like, you know, that right there, it doesn't cost them any money to post, you know, to make the wrong posts. It costs them time, which is more important than money. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I think that's the biggest thing, and they also cost them money. But it's not something that people think about, right? Like we talk about Andy pulled people on stage yesterday. He said, "What do you make?" The guy said $100,000. He said, "What's the top guy in your company make?" The guy said $2 million. He said, "So you're telling me that it's costing you $1.9 million a year to not be the best in your company?" Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like that gap.
It was crazy.
You know, people have different names for it. Like Alex Hormozy calls it like the ignorance tax. It's a tax you pay for being a dumbass and not wanting to learn from people, like not being coachable. Does that make sense?
Because think about it. All this information is free.
Yeah.
If you really wanted to take the time, go on YouTube. Go spend hours a day to go learn this stuff. I'm sure you'll find almost the same information that you could find hiring someone like me.
That's it.
But you know what the difference is by hiring someone like me as opposed to going YouTube and trying to find, finally found the right person. Oh, he has this tactic. But I just watched another video with this tactic. But I just found another video with this tactic. Now I'm confused. Well, someone like me coming onto your team is going to save you all the time because, listen, I'm going to listen to everything that you need help with.
Yeah.
I'm going to create a plan that's just for you.
Yeah.
And then we're going to kill it together.
It's value, bro.
And every time you slip, I'm giving like, whoa, pump the brakes.
Yeah.
We need to change that.
Like, I don't want to pay the doctor, but I don't know how to fucking fix my knee when I fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't fucking know how to do it, nor do I have 10 years to go to school and figure it out.
Exactly.
All I got's fucking WebMD, and that shit's scaring me. You know what I'm saying? That shit makes me think I'm going to die of cancer or something, you know? But I totally agree with that, bro, because people will be like, so check this out. This is so fucking crazy. Some people reach out to Andy, and they're like, Andy, I've been watching your YouTube videos for 2 years. I've been making $100,000 for 2 years straight. What can I do this year to make $500,000, right? And then I'll get on the phone with them, qualify them, make sure they're ready. They are ready, so I offer it to them, right? And I'm like, Evan, here's the cost to fix the problem that you reached out about. Let's go, right? And the guy's like, man, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna stay on the YouTube.
Wow.
And it's like, dude, the YouTube is scattered. It's like daily little doses. It's like baby food. The training is structured, right? Like I hear Hormozy say it all the time. People don't pay for information, they pay for implementation, right? Because people could reach out to you and be like, I don't need coaching. It's going to cost me too much. It's like, okay, cool, bro. Just go post whatever you think you were going to post, which you've already been posting. That's not working.
Right.
And then you're just going to circle back to the same area.
Yeah,
you know,
you're
like,
always going to be stuck having the same problems.
Yep.
because you don't want to take the action to actually move forward.
Dude, yeah, I literally pay coaches for fucking everything because, like, everything I've learned has been from somebody else. Like, it's all been from somebody else.
Same.
Anytime I want to learn something new, I'm just like I'm learning how to golf. I'm paying a fucking golf coach. I'm not going to go sit out there and fucking look like a freaking idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like, just freaking swinging by myself. So I go, like, I'm paying a coach. I'm paying a coach for social media. I'm paying, different people for everything because the time it's going to take me to learn it. And, a lot of, like, let me give you an example. Like, you remember Wes Watson yesterday? Mm-hmm. He's like, people want to do my podcast. Costs 10 grand, you know what I'm saying? If I do it over Zoom and 20 grand in person. And they're like, bro, do it for free. He's like, how about this? I'll do it if you freaking take a picture of yourself punching yourself in the face, dude. That's so true. It's like, okay, like, because sometimes people are like, I need Andy on my podcast. Mm-hmm. They got 1,000 followers.
Right. Well,
and
they think having him on the podcast is going to blow them up.
Yeah.
When really, okay, one video. That's going to be one video. Yeah. That maybe, okay, he brings that energy to the table and it changes your one video. But is that actually going to blow you up on social media because you had Andy Elliott on your podcast once? Or is having your own energy, your own path, building your own brand, what are you known for, right? For me, I'm known as the guy, I have a big heart, I'm passionate about what I do, and I get people results. That's what I'm known for. Mm-hmm. I also have this crazy energy about me that I bring to everything I do. Is this made up? Fuck no. All my friends and my family, you ask them, I have this energy anywhere I go.
Yeah.
And that's what's different about me, and I bring that to the table on every single video that I do. You just gotta show yourself to the people, right? You can't put on this fake facade of like pretending to go be someone else, right? Do I pretend to be Andy Elliott? I'm like, fucking let's go. No, because that's not who I am. If I started doing that out of the blue, people would be like, dude, who's this guy? He's trying too hard.
Yeah, we always say be a first-rated version of yourself, don't be a second-rated version of anybody else. You know what I mean? When I was talking about podcasts, I'm mostly referring to, like, sometimes people reach out and they're like, I want to do a podcast with Andy. I'm like, here's the cost, since it's not going to be mutually beneficial. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like you're going to take our audience, but like you're going to get in front of 700,000 people, new people. We're only going to get in front of 1,000. Like, that's not a fair trade. Right. Does that make sense?
Right. But he's built a brand to the point where he can.
But here's what happens.
Do that.
People go, I'd never pay for a podcast. Screw that. And I'm like, cool, bro. Well, you've been trying to build your brand for 6 months. Andy's been doing it for 10 years. Just get back with us in 10 years. and then we might have equal followings by then. And then let's revisit the podcast when it's mutually beneficial. But right now, if you want it, you're going to have to pay for it because it's like you don't think it costs Andy anything to get on your podcast, but it's costed him 10 fucking years that you haven't put that time in the paint yet. Does that make sense? So, like, I think that paying for collaborations, I think it's good. But going back to what you said, I agree. If you're going to do something like that, you need to have your trap set up.
Yes.
So when people reach out and they do book a podcast with Andy, like, some people will just let you get on their podcast. I help them set the traps. I do what you taught me. And I get with them and I go, hey, bro, so, like, you booked the podcast. I'm proud of you. I'm ready to go. Here's your date to sit down with Andy. Before we do, we need to look at your profile. We need to make sure your link tree's dialed in. We need to make sure you got landing pages. We need to make sure when people look at your shit, they know who you are. They're not confused. You know what I mean?
Right, because they see, okay, cool. He did something with Andy Elliott.
Yeah.
Ah, awesome. Here's this new guy. Let me go click on his profile.
Yeah.
Well, he just paid money to be on a podcast.
Yeah.
But the rest of his profile is a joke.
Yeah.
Like, I was literally just talking to someone this morning. I met him at the event last night. And he goes, yeah, I'm a coach. I said, bro, can I be honest with you? I just looked at your profile. I could not tell what the you did for a living.
It's so
He was like,
bro.
Really? I was like, okay, here's 2 things you should change right now, right? My mentor taught me this years ago. Your profile is your business card.
Yeah.
If I go to your profile right now, I should be able to tell 2 things. What do you do and how can you help me?
That's it.
And you do that by changing your bio, then having the highlights. Your highlights should have success stories, your success, customer client success stories, all testimonials, all that shit. And then your top 3 pinned posts shouldn't be the videos that blew up. No one cares about the videos that blew up. It should be 3 videos that provide enough valuable information so they don't even have to scroll. People don't like scrolling on social media, man. As much as we like doing it on the homepage, when they get to your page, bro, you have just a few seconds to make an impression before they swipe back.
We call it, like, to give it a label, we call it a digital handshake. That's what we call it.
I like that. I like that.
But that's so true because, like, we have car sales guys who reach out and they're like, bro, I want to get, like, 50 leads. I'm going to start doing Facebook ads, right? And I'm like, bro, your profile pic, you're smoking a cigarette, you got your hat on backwards in a cornfield, you look like you're freaking been binge drinking for 4 days, bro. What the hell are you going to do? How are you going to convert all those ads? Like, there's no clarity, right? The first thing I do when I teach somebody social media is digital handshake. Like, you need your trap set first, right? Because it goes back to, if you're going to get in front of 100,000 people, what value is it if they have no fucking clue what to do or how to reach out to you, right? So set your trap first, and then let's focus on your content strategy, right?
Yes.
But it's like that first initial thing, like your profile pic, right? These are things that you went over with me, you taught me, right? Your profile pic, your bio is very important, like your link tree, your traps need to be set, and your content. Like you said, like a pinned post doesn't have to be the one with the most views, it's got to be the one that describes you the best.
Yeah.
It's like a 30, 60-second elevator pitch on who you are and how badass you are.
Exactly.
Why people should reach out to you, right?
Curious, what are 3 things you learned by working with me?
So, number 1, I would say hook, story, pitch, or hook, story, close. I was aware of that was a thing, but you kind of taught me how to dial that in a little bit, right? The controversy, like how to put those hooks together, right? That'd be one thing, and that was powerful, by the way. Like, that helped me a ton, dude. I still apply that shit, right? Number 2, I would say, would be preparing before you record. Like, I've worked with guys to make content in the past, and if you're not prepared, it's kind of like fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like
you're wasting your time.
Yeah, like, because no matter how creative you are, how good you are on the fly, it's like if there's no strategy, then like you're just gonna be like you're gonna get a couple videos done. But if you prepare the way that you taught me, you can get a month's worth of content done in like an hour or 2. Does that make sense? And, like, I learned the whole thing of asking questions, right? Asking questions, just interviewing people. Like, I have him ask me questions once a week, like 15 questions. And that's where the best content comes from.
Yeah.
Because it's just, and by the way, I don't prepare for those. I just need the questions prepared. And I'm just going to give you a genuine answer. And that's really good for me, right? And I learned that. That's something I tweaked that I learned from you, like, that just worked for me really well, right? Last thing I would say would be just your ability to create content on the fly. Like, going back to what I said earlier, you rolling up and making a video like that, because, like, this was an event, right? You didn't need to bring a cameraman. Like, there was times where it maybe would have helped, but, like, it wouldn't have been worth the investment. But with an iPhone, you made all the content you needed, and you killed it. You know what I'm saying? And I was impressed by that. Like, that's really fucking strong. You got that instinct for, like, when to record, when not to record. You know what I'm saying?
I love it, dude. Thanks for working with me. I
Absolutely,
appreciate it.
Dude.
Yeah. Okay, I'm curious, man. Right? We've been working together for a while, man. What's the craziest close you've ever had?
Damn. I had a feeling you'd ask me this question. And I've had 2 closes. So I would say there's been 2 closes in my life that have been the craziest, right? And you know what defines a crazy close?
Yeah, I'm curious.
And it's so funny because it goes back to what Wes Watson was saying yesterday, right? He said the 9-to-5er thinks, what am I going to get before I give something? Does that make sense? And a salesperson, a good businessman, and a good person thinks, I got to give before I can receive. All the craziest deals and all the biggest deals come from giving a shit ton, like more than you could ever imagine, without the expectation of anything in return. And then one day it's like, boom, shit just works out perfect, and you get paid like a motherfucker. Handsomely, you know what I'm saying? So for me, perfect example is, right, I sold cars. I made like almost a $6,000 commission on one car one time, right? And here's kind of how this worked, right? This couple comes in, and I'm super nice to them, and they want to look at one car that I self-generated this lead too, so I worked my ass off for it, got them in, showed them cars. We didn't have the right car. They came back. They said, we love you. You've treated us great. We're going to buy our car from you. We just don't know when. 6 months go by. I bring them in occasionally. Like they'd probably been visiting me 10 times. They were like, we're just analytical buyers. We're not going to buy till we find something that makes sense. Does that make sense? And I'm like, okay, whatever. 10 follow-ups. Most people would have fell off after one, right? But I kept bringing them in, and my bosses were literally like, you're stupid. And I was like, these people love me. They're going to buy one day. You know what I'm saying? And like he's like
your manager's getting pissed off. He's like, just close them already, bro.
and like Bradley said, the B-back bus. He's like, the B-back bus came back for me because they liked me because I didn't fucking piss them off, and I wasn't treating them like shit for not buying. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So one day it's fucking raining. I'm having the worst week I've ever had in sales, like just a shitty week, right? And I'm like, God, man, you know, almost creeping into that freaking those other sleazy guys at the dealership, like starting to complain and shit. But I'm like, I'm gonna stay positive. All of a sudden, a truck rolls up. It's some new inventory, right? It's a big ass truck. It's got Kia Tellurides on it. They're brand new, right? We hadn't seen a Telluride in like 8 months because there was an inventory shortage, right? And they're like, my boss comes up to me and he's like, we're gonna be marking these up about 20 grand, just so you know, because we haven't had these in a long time. Wow. I was like, cool. Sure enough, I get a call from my clients. Those clients I've been working for almost a year now, right? And they're like, hey, this is crazy, but we're ready to fucking buy a car. We don't even care what it is. We're fucking fed up. We're going to come buy a car from you.
I got the perfect car for you.
Yeah. So they come. I go grab the keys. I'm like, and by the way, all the salespeople are grabbing these to go sell them because we got a list of people to buy them because they're massive commissions, right? So I run out there, I grab keys, I steal one, and I'm like, I got the car for you, right? So I go and pull it up. They test drive it. I take them inside. I grab a pencil. My boss is like, 20 grand over. I'm like, cool. Gives me the paper. I take it out. I sit in front of my client, and I'm like, there you go, man. Got you guys the best deal I could possibly get you. You guys ready to go? And they're like, 20 grand over. And they're like, is that your best deal? And I'm like, yeah. And the guy goes, fuck it, you're amazing, let's write it up. Wow. And I'm like, dude, that's fucking. You see how that works? Like I was giving, there was no guarantee of commission. Sometimes I'll follow up with people, and we're in a coaching business, right? So you're the same way as me. We follow up with people 100 times. They never answer. They ghost you. People drag coaches through the mud. And I'm not a guy. I'm not going to let you freaking drag me around by the dick. But I am going to be intense, and I'm going to follow up with you because I know you need my shit, or else you wouldn't have reached out. Does that make sense?
Exactly.
So I'm very intense. I'm very strong with my follow up. But you know what happens? One day, that person, if they ghost you for 6 months, they'll call you and they'll say, dude, I got my ass kicked today. I need that fucking coaching program. And they have certainty all of a sudden because the pain finally, the pain of staying the same finally overrides the pain of fucking paying the price. Does that make sense? They're finally like, fuck it, dude. I don't care what the coaching program costs. Just sign me up. I got my card. And those are the best deals.
Now, you made a great point, right? Because this is something I experienced when I first started selling. Not just my coaching program, but also everything I do for my business, right?
Yeah.
How do you train people who are in sales, right?
Yeah.
They have their manager that's telling them, you need to do this $20,000 markup. How do you train salespeople to be comfortable asking for something that you know price-wise is way over the top?
That's a good one. So here's what I think, right? My dealership was selling those for 20 grand over, right? Dude, you couldn't find any of them. And if you could, you'd have to drive an hour and a half and pay 10 grand over or 15. Does that make sense? But the difference is you'd be doing it with an amateur. Somebody who's not going to take care of you. Right. Somebody who wouldn't have followed up with you for 10 months. Somebody who's not going to call you after you buy the vehicle. Does that make sense? So what I tell people is you got to raise your value. You can't be an amateur, right? Because I'm not going to...
Even if you're brand new.
Yeah. I'm not going to approach you the same. I'm not going to hardcore follow up with you on my coaching program if I'm not 100% convicted that I'm going to take care of you when you sign up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'll let you go, right?
I'm the same way. I've had a client, I did last week. I had someone who wasn't following through on anything I was teaching him. all I kept hearing was excuses, excuses, excuses. He
Yeah.
paid in full, by the way.
Yeah.
And I finally called him. I said, listen, no hard feelings. Sounds like you're going through something. Sounds like whatever I'm
Yeah.
teaching you, you're not actually implementing.
Yeah.
It's time to take a pause. Whenever you're ready to take this seriously, you have my number.
That's it, dude. Yeah. And by the way, like, in what we do, it's all about being direct. And, like, you know, Andy will tell people, dude, like, dude, if you come out to a seminar and then you come out 3 months later and you were fat and you're still fat, Andy will be like, bro, why are you still fat? You know what I'm saying? Like, you said you were going to, like, kick some ass when you left and you didn't. Like, what happened? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And it's like, just being real. And like in like car sales, it's like you just have to have the mindset that nobody's going to take better care of your clients than you are, right? And you have to understand that we're in the era of the worst salespeople ever. So salespeople are shitty. They're not going to make it fun. They don't care. Most cars are priced exactly the same. The market's going to do what the market does. But the difference is the people, right? Does that make sense?
What?
It's like who you're buying from, who you're doing business with. Do they care? Are they going to take care of you, right?
Why do you think most salespeople are labeled as sleazeballs?
Well, because they're just shitty. They suck. You know what I mean?
So how do you fix that?
You fix it by training, by being a pro, right? It's like, so we always say, it's like if you were at McDonald's and your job was to flip a burger, right? And 2 years go by and you can't flip a fucking cheeseburger, you're not going to work at McDonald's anymore, right? But salespeople get to work at car dealerships and they can't handle objections. They can't handle like a phone call, an inbound, outbound phone call. They can't answer a lead. They can't present a close. They can't do any of that. They can't generate their own leads. They won't do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like they don't know how to do it. And by the way, like closing isn't just about like your commission, what you can take, how you feel. It's about how you make the other person feel. Like people won't always remember what you said, but they'll always remember how you made them feel. It's like when you call me and you're like, what's my payment going to be on that car? And I'm like, I can't give you that information. It's like, that just sounds weird.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It sounds unnatural.
It's just
Like,
unnatural.
why?
Yeah.
What are you hiding from me
Exactly.
that you can't tell me the simple information as a consumer that I want to know?
And lastly, it's because they don't care. It's because they have a scarcity mindset. It's because there's phases, right? Like there's the 9 to 5 phase. Like you're a 9 to 5er. You don't work in sales, right? And then you get into sales. You get into car sales, and you get to like making like $100,000, which is like average for a car salesman, right? Not for a guy that trains with us. It's average for a car salesman, a normal one, or $50,000, whatever. That's a lot of money to a lot of people, right? You get to that amount of money, and then you stop caring. Like you don't care. You're just there to collect a paycheck, and you don't care about people. Does that make sense? And that going from 100 beyond 200, 300, 500, a million, it's all about out carrying your competition. Does that make sense? That's it. It's out carrying your competition. You know what I mean? So like we train and we self-develop so that we can serve people at the highest level. That's what we always say, right?
We're going to do a little role play game. I'm going to see how good of a closer you actually are.
Hell yeah.
So I'm going to give you a few objections.
Nice.
Let's pretend I'm trying to buy your coaching program, right?
Yeah.
My objection, hey, listen, man, I got to think about it.
Ooh. Evan, come on, man. How are you handling that? I want to hear how you handle it.
How I would handle it?
Yeah. Do you have word tracks?
I do.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Yeah.
Word tracks with Evan Ross.
Of course you need to think about it. I would judge you if you weren't thinking about it. But before you go home and you hop off this call and you think about it, something tells me I did not give you enough information to go home and think about it. So before we leave, what questions do you still have for me that I haven't answered yet?
That's my boy. I got to give it to Evan. He's coachable as fuck.
Boom.
He just used an Andy Elliott word track. That's fucking badass.
All right.
Well,
let's hear yours.
Well, here's the deal. Can I be real with you? If somebody hit me with that on a coaching program, dude, you love my response, bro. You love it.
Let's hear it.
Well, because here's the thing, bro. It depends on what kind of guy I got, right? Do I have a guy who I can be real with? Do I have a guy who needs to be spoken to a little bit softer? And, you know, by the way, we do telesales. So, like, you don't get second opportunities. You only get one.
Right.
If you piss them off, they hang up, right? Yeah. And the other thing is, like, this is off the record. It's like, I work for Andy, so I can't use the same word track they see on a YouTube video. They're going to be like, bro, I fucking know the clothes, dude. You know what I'm saying? You can't use that shit on me.
I like the salesmen who are like, dude, I'm a salesman. You can't sell me. And whenever someone says that to me, I'm like, challenge accepted.
Yeah. Okay. So you know what I say when I hear that? When I hear I'm a salesman, you can't close me. I go, dude, that's cool. How you buy is how you sell. So if you're anything like me, you're a lay down, and when you see value, you probably purchase stuff, right? Or are you like a scarcity thinker? Oh, okay, cool, man. Cool. Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like they know they're going to be sold to.
Exactly.
It's just how respectfully, how well are you,
yeah,
you going
exactly.
to do it?
They're like,
because if you do it really well, man, I'm going to respect you as a salesman.
They're like, you can't close me. I'm a salesman. I'm like, you a broke salesman. You ain't closing shit, dog.
The last time that happened to me, right? So someone was like trying to sell something to me, and in the back of my mind, I'm like, let's see how well she does.
Yep.
If she does really well, I'm going to respect her so much, and I'm going to buy from her.
Dude,
I don't care what the price is. And you know
Yeah.
what? She did such a great job at closing me. By the end of the sale, I literally I was like, that was such a great close. I'm like, I'm so happy you're so good at your job.
Yeah. So like
thank you for closing me.
Yeah. I love
Here's
it.
my credit card.
Bro, remember when we started working together, right? Dude, your presentation was flawless. It was flawless. Like it was amazing. So like, remember I told you, I was like, I fucking love salespeople, dude. This is badass. You know what I'm saying? This is awesome. Because like you don't see that service nowadays, right?
Yeah.
But so I'm gonna go through that objection. Like I'll kind of tell you how I'd handle it. But what I would say, what prevents them is asking the right questions and having a great presentation. You know what I mean? Like you don't really even have to use word tracks if you ask the right questions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you do have to use objections, it'd be really wise to figure out what the top 5 are in your industry, write them down, and then tattoo them on your heart. Like tattoo them on your heart so you know what to say. So you at least have a guide. Does that make sense? Now, and what we do, just being honest with you, dude, like I've studied every coaching trainer there is on how you would overcome. I need to think about it for like if you sell for Andy Elliott, but there's really no thing I stick to because most people have already heard all that shit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like we're in a very weird spot because the people who are following us are studying every salesperson. So if you say something that's like something Alex Hormozy would say or something Andy would say or like in a car sales scenario, they'll be like, I knew you were a fucking salesman. Does that make sense?
Exactly.
Like they'll feel it. They'll shift it. They'll be like, I knew you were a fucking salesman.
Right, and all of a sudden they'll trust you.
Yeah. I knew you were going to hit me with a word track when I said no. You know what I'm saying? So like normally this is contradictory if it's in car sales or solar. But like I'm like, dude, can I be real with you? What do you need to think about? You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, look, they're like winners take action and losers procrastinate. I know you're not a loser. What do you need to think about? There's got to be something besides committing to the program, right? Or is it mostly commitment? Does that make sense? That's it.
Wow.
And if they're like, well, it's money, and I don't give them excuses. So I don't go, is it money? Is it this? Is it that? Is it this? Is it that?
So you don't give them the excuses.
Yeah, no. I'm like, is it committing to the program or is it something else that I don't know about? Because I'm here to help you fix it, dude.
Right, because then it's more open-ended.
Exactly. Because then they have to come up with something. Oh well, shit, dude, I'm just broke right now, bro. That's not a problem, dude. You know what I mean? I can work with you on that. What I can't help somebody, I can help somebody who's broke. I can help somebody who's broke. I can't help somebody with a poor mindset. Does that make sense? So all we need to do is create a game plan that allows you to start, and you'll start today as long as I can make it affordable for you right now, correct? Done. All right, I'm in. It's a commitment problem. No problem, dude. Let's just circle back. You said that you want to level up for your kids. You want to be the example for your family. You want to make more money. You want to do this. This was your problem, which is overcoming objections and building a personal brand. My program solves that. Here's what it costs. Where's the commitment problem at? Where's it at?
Why are you not training with this guy? What the fuck, man? That was great.
You know what I'm saying, though? That's it. Where's the commitment problem at? You know what I mean?
Okay, I'm hitting you with one more, right?
Okay.
All right. Same scenario, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to sell me on a program. You're trying to sell me cars, something like that.
Yeah.
Listen, I love everything you're saying to me.
Yeah.
I can't afford it right now.
It's the same one you just gave me. It's like, like, you know how I said, it's like I can help you as long as you don't have a poor mindset. Does that make sense? You're like, I'm like, dude, that's totally cool. What like when you say you can't afford it, what's stopping you from affording it?
Money.
And by the way, you notice I'm always asking questions. And then I'm like, what's the money situation look like? How much do you have saved up in the bank? Oh, I got like $1,000. The program's $1,000. Does that make sense? Okay, dude, no problem. I can help somebody who's broke temporarily, but I can't help somebody with a poor mindset.
So you would do what? A payment plan?
You want to win, am I right? And this program, you know, is the solution, or else we wouldn't be on the phone, right? Dude, let's do it, bro. Let's just get it started, and I can either do a payment plan, and I won't go straight for the payment plan. I've learned that. Do you have a credit card? Yeah, I got a credit card. Bro, leverage it. That's what this was created for. Does that make sense? I put my last $2,000 on a credit card to come out to this event, and I got a new fucking birth certificate, and I went back home and got everything I wanted. Right? Dreams come with a price. Would you agree? Put it on the credit card, bro. By the way, putting your back against the wall is the best thing you'll ever do. You'll be fucking dangerous if you do it. You'll be telling a story one day how much courage you had. Or you can not use a credit card, get off the phone, wait till you're comfortable, and then get back to me, and then we'll do it. But that's just not how 1%ers work. Am I right? That's it. You feel me?
Damn.
Yeah.
Fucking
You
bombs
see,
right
but
here.
you see how I'm framing people. Like I'm giving them the identity that they need. Does that make sense? I'm saying, dude, you're not a weak fuck. You're a badass. Why are you thinking like a weak fuck when it comes to money?
Right. Otherwise, they would.
want-
They would not be on the phone with you.
Because if I want something, there's nothing that's going to stop me. You know what I'm saying? Last thing, money. You know what I'm saying? Money's going to come and go. Look, dude, it's like 1,000, 10,000, 50,000. If you're thinking, I can't afford that, there's some people who get on the phone with me. Dude, this is so funny, bro. And I think that what makes a good closer from a bad closer is boldness. Like to be like, because like we said, car sales is different. I can't afford it. Hey, I totally understand. Let me show you how affordable it really is. Different game. When you're in coaching and you got to be direct, your job is to be direct to people and tell them the truth. I can't afford that. Bro, shut the fuck up. What does afford mean? You know what I'm saying? That's your problem right there. You said you can't afford it. You know, there's nothing you can't afford. Does that make sense? It's like you got to be more direct. But anyways,
You're hearing them right here in the heart.
That's it, dude. So it's like, you know,
I fucking love it, man.
it's just being direct. Yeah. So I'm just saying that, you know, when somebody hits you with something, you got to view it as your responsibility to not let them think like a loser. Does that make sense? Because, okay, so here's what I was about to say. Sometimes people reach out and they're like going to sign up on a $300 product. And they're asking me questions like, so, you know, what do other people buy? And like, what all do you guys work with and all this stuff? And I'm like, dude, we work with all types of businesses. We have packages ranging from $99 to $50,000. We got something for everybody's problems, big or small. You know what I'm saying? And they go, oh, I'd never buy a $50,000 package. I know. You don't think big enough.
Yeah.
That's your fucking problem. Does that make sense? You'll never get the $50,000 package because you'll never make that much money because you don't think it's fucking realistic for you. Does that make sense? And I don't say that, but I'm like, and sometimes I do say that because I'm just feeling like that person needs to hear that message.
Right.
Sometimes I'm like, let me let him get in a little bit, and then I'll call him a pussy in 90 days when we're closer. But like right now, let's just let him get on board and let Andy program him in the training. But it's like, because I think that I'm gonna need a 50,000 package, 50,000 a month one day. You know what I'm saying? I never imagined I'd be paying for the coaching programs I'm paying for now, but I knew it would be necessary to get to where I want to go. And the results don't come before the win. Does that make sense? It's the same way as serving a person. The paycheck doesn't come before the pouring into that person, giving them value. Does that make sense?
Perfect sense.
So that's why we say go back to zero every day, because the minute you start to like cling on to whatever you have, you're fucking broke. You're done. You know what I'm saying? The guy who has like 100 grand saved up, 200 grand, 500 grand, $1 million, and is like, I'm good. I'm good right here. I don't want to give up any of this. I'm just going to stay right here. They're fucking dead. They're going down a scary path because they're going to start thinking in scarcity. They're going to have a hard time telling other people to spend their money because they don't do it. They're going to think about every reason why people shouldn't spend their money versus why they should. So I'm just freaking...
Dude,
I'm just freaking, because I know that shit's going to come back. Because I know that every week, every month, every day, I'm going to make more money than I'm currently making. And by the way, that could be wrong. I could move backwards. It's going to happen. But I don't think about it. And I don't fucking think it's ever realistic. It's like Andy says, like Andy knows you can't close 10 for 10. But I still have that delusional belief that the next motherfucker that gets in front of me, it's going to be Alcatraz, no one escapes, you know? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like fucking Babe Ruth. Every time he got up to bat, he went like this. He fucking pointed to the sky. He's like, that shit's going to the fucking moon, bro. You know?
But when really it goes to like third plate.
Exactly. And
You're like, no, the next one. The worst over there.
The worst game. The worst game. Fucking, you know, like 10 strikeouts still. It's like, that's just like the mentality you got to have. You know?
It's weird because like I'm in the point in my life right now. I'm making more money than I've ever dreamed of making. Like 2 years ago, I was like, bro, if I can make $100,000, whoo, man, that would be amazing. A couple months into the business, I'm like, holy shit, I can't believe I did that. That doubled it, tripled it. I'm at the point right now where it's like, cool, I'm comfortable. And I came to this conference. I talked to you, right? Mm-hmm. And you're like, dude, you can't think that way.
Yeah.
You gotta get rid of that money.
Yeah.
That money like does not exist.
Yeah.
As soon as you said that to me, bro, it clicked.
Yeah.
And I started talking to other people yesterday, and they're like, 500,000, 600,000, bro. I make $26 million.
Yeah.
It's nothing. Like it's not enough.
Yeah.
The minute you start getting comfortable, like where I'm at right now, you are fucked.
You're fucked.
Because your competition is running circles around you. Because it's like sharks. They can smell your weakness.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, that comfortability, dude, I want to become a millionaire in the next year. I know everyone says that.
Yeah.
But if I'm comfortable right now, at the point that I'm at in my life, financially, mentally, stability-wise, dude, it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to hit my goal of $1 million if I'm comfortable at 500?
That's it, dude. It's so crazy, dude. It's like, you know, we say it many different ways because it's such a valuable lesson for people to learn. But it's like you start selling cars or you start a business, and you'll stay up till midnight. You'll make calls till fucking 3 a.m. You'll work on Sundays. You won't eat. You won't sleep. You know what I'm saying? And then you hit a certain point, and like Coach Burt says it, Andy Elliott says it. It's like everybody has a certain point where they slow down. Mm-hmm. And as soon as you do that, you're fucking done. You know what I mean? So I hit that. I had that moment too. This was like 6 months ago where I completely capped out. Like I was making more money than I ever thought I'd ever make in my life. And I had this mindset where, but I came from this. But my parents never made this.
Yes.
But I did this. And like, but this happened and this happened. And now I'm doing this. And it's like, but dude, you're not fucking meant to stay right here. You're meant to keep going. Mm-hmm. You didn't come this far to only come this far. You know what I'm saying? And I had a coming to Jesus moment when literally like I sat down with Andy and he's like, dude, you're not working as hard as you were. You lost your edge. You lost your fucking edge. Wow. Does that make sense? And everybody has a prey drive. Like, and Tim Grover, right, wrote a book called Relentless. Mm-hmm. And how he got Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan to be the best in the world is he would figure out what their holes were. And by holes, I mean what pissed them the fuck off. Like, was it when somebody shit talks you? Was it when, you know, your teammates are doubting you? Is it when you're sore? Is it when I like call you a weak fuck or like call you names? What is it? And he would poke at him, and he'd be like, "Hey, did you see the ESPN today? So and so said this about you. They said you're gonna have the worst game of your life tonight." And it'd like make Michael Jordan piss the fuck off. Does that make sense? And I had a moment like that because there was a spiff for this watch right here. Mm-hmm. And there was a person who works here who started around the same time as me and got the watch. And I'm just going to be honest, it pissed me the fuck off to the point where I was like, that's it. And I said, I've been fucking sleeping for a year. And like, it's like ego. Like, there's an ego in everybody, right? I don't want to have an ego.
We are all
comes to learning. You shouldn't use your ego when you're around people who are doing more than you. You should be open-minded. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to you and how you feel about yourself, you should have a big fucking ego. You should think you're the shit. Does that make sense? You should know you're the fucking man. So what I did was I got pissed off and I said, dude, here's what's going to happen. I've been asleep for a whole year, making a good amount of money. and I've been asleep. And I said, I'm about to show everybody in this motherfucking company that I can fucking do this shit in my sleep if I just start trying harder. And I went out that month, and I didn't just hit the goal. I hit like 150% of the goal. And I got to it by like the 20th of the month. And I was like, but it woke me back up because I was just like in that state again where I feel alive again. Like I'm fucking winning. Does that make sense? And I miss that feeling so bad. And now it's like I'll never give it up. Now every second of the day when I wake up, if I'm doing something that's not productive towards my goals, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like I'm getting distracted. Holy fuck, I got to get back to like my shit. I got to get back on the phone. Like Wes Watson said, I'll take a call in my sleep. I'll fucking do this. And it goes back to like perspective too and who you hang around, right? Like, you know, there's people who make $100,000 a year, $100,000 a month, $100,000 a week, $100,000 a day, $100,000 an hour. There's levels to this shit, right? So like I might be like, I'm making $500,000 a year. I'm making a lot of money. Dude, you're fucking broke.
Yeah.
You can't go buy a house cash. You know, you still got to finance that shit. You know, and by the way, where we live at, like you live in New York, right?
Jersey.
You live in Jersey.
Dude,
my bad. I just pissed you the fuck. I just triggered your ass.
No, it's not. It's not New York.
but like
my entire block is New York, but
yeah. But yo, like I live in Scottsdale, Arizona. A broke motherfucker can't live here. You can't live here. It's impossible.
Same thing with Jersey.
My fucking shit is like my life is like $20,000 a month. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And some people are like, I wish I could make $20,000. And I'm like, bro, you should have $20,000 expenses. You know what I'm saying? You should have fucking, you know what I mean? But it's just like, shit costs so much money. It's like the 10X rule by Grant Cardone was really powerful for me. Like it was a book I read before I even knew who Andy was. And I still read it sometimes to this day because it wakes me back up. It takes me back to a time when I first had my good month selling cars. He said, everything you ever want to do in your life, you're going to have to dream 10 times bigger than you think you're going to have to dream, and it's going to take 10 times more than what you think. Does that make sense? And that's the problem with everybody. People think that it's going to take, like people go, I'm just going to go start this business. And you're like, dude, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fucking nightmare. Does that make sense?
Yeah. A lot of people, they think like, all right, you know what? I'm going to go start this business and it's just going to do like really well, but like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I think that's totally okay.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, when I started my business, even to this day, sometimes I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like customers will like ask me something and I'll be like,
Yeah. And that's
you know what?
value.
I have no idea. Let's go find out real quick. And then I'll quickly find out the answer.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, yes.
And that's
exactly.
the value in being an entrepreneur is like not knowing shit.
Yes.
Right? Like goes back to, like I said, I don't, like everything I've learned from somebody else. So all I do in my life, my every day is run into a big fucking problem, pay somebody a lot of money to help me fix it and keep going. Does that make sense? Literally, it's like run, apply. Oh fuck, I hit a wall. Like this problem continues to happen. So who can fix it? Who's a CRM guy? Who's a social media guy? Oh, this guy's got it. He's the best. Oh, it's 7K. All right, let's do it.
Let me go call him. Yeah.
Exactly. Done. What's it cost, bro? Done. Here's my card. All right. Fixed it. On to the next one. But here's the problem. Most people hit a certain point and they go, all right, I'm here. And then they're like, I want to go to my next level. Oh, that's what it costs? Ah, man, I think I'm going to wait till I got more money. I think I'm going to wait till this happens or this happens. And it's like, bro, the game's waiting for you, big dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're freaking playing patty cake. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't know about you, man, but I love being the dumbest person in the room.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. Like I think if I'm the smartest person in the room, I'm in the wrong room, dog.
That's it.
I'm in the wrong room. I don't want to be the smartest person in the room because that means I'm now capped.
Yeah.
So if I'm the dumbest person in the room, oh man, the opportunities are amazing. I could ask all the questions I want, get all the information I need to get up to the next level. I think it was Brad who said something so interesting yesterday. If you want to level up, you first have to get to the top of the level that you're at already in order to get leveled up.
Yeah.
And dude, that blew my mind because I was like, wow, I'm looking at this part right here, right?
Yeah.
This is where I want to be. Bro, I'm still down here, not even at the full potential of where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
How can I expect myself to level up when I'm still walking the stairs, bro?
And by the way, that's another trap that salespeople fall into, is they're like top 10 in their company. The top guy's making $2 million. They're making $500,000, right? That's $1.5 million, the gap. Does that make sense? And this guy is trying to figure out how to get into side hustles. The guy's making $500,000. Bro, why you fucking side hustling, bro? What you gonna make?
I love when people say that.
$100,000 a year in a side hustle when it's costing you $1.5 million to be distracted. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And like in a small scale, car dealerships, worst fucking place. Real estate agents, real estate. I talk to guys all the time. This is so funny. Who are like, I'm in real estate, bro. Also got a freaking, trading company. Also got a social media agency.
I was talking to one of those guys yesterday. I was like, wait, are all those successful? Nah, bro, but like one that will like blow up someday.
Exactly. He's like, I got this company. I got this. I trade. I do this. And I'm like, you're broke, aren't you? Yeah. They're like, well, not really. And I'm like, dude, you're broke.
Dude,
like, you're not focused. Like, there's a thing called master of none. And it means that you're good at a lot of things, but you're not great at shit.
Yeah.
Like being average pays average, being great pays great. This pay scale is so different. Average and car sales. Look it up on Google. $50,000 a year. I made 300. Andy made 800. You think there's there's a difference there? You know what I'm saying? Like there's a big difference, the big gap. You know what I mean? And like that, like I would call that good, great, unstoppable. Does that make sense? 50's good to a lot of people. Great, a totally different mindset. Unstoppable is like 800K. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But like, see the gap? How big the fucking that's like. I mean, I was making like $25,000 a month. The guy behind me was making like 10. Like that's like fucking 2.5 times what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like you don't need to be focused on anything else. You need to be focused on how do I kick his ass. Until you're the top guy and the top guy in the industry, you don't need to be focused on something else. And like most people fall into this trap too. YouTube videos are very flashy. They're like, oh, there's a new Hormozy video on strategy and affiliates and all this shit, right? Bro, you can't even close a motherfucker. You can't even have a fucking conversation with somebody yet. Why the fuck are you looking at what you're gonna need when you own a business 20 years from now? Close the deal. Call the leads. Log the CRM, right?
Everyone has this like mindset of like, I need to be prepared for the next level.
Yeah.
I need to be prepared for when this happens.
Yeah.
Dog, you don't need to be prepared for shit.
That's it.
Because you know what's gonna happen? When that finally does happen, your instincts are gonna kick in.
That's it.
Right? Whatever your heart and mind is telling you, that's what you're gonna say. That's what you're gonna do.
That goes
Bro, I've
through,
been in so many situations. And they're like, awesome. And then I go back home, I go, huh. Yeah, I guess that is how I'm gonna do it, man.
And what you're talking about,
Sure.
what you're talking about is putting yourself under pressure.
Yes.
And when you put yourself under pressure, you figure out what you're made of, and like you become ultimately creative, like ultimately savage. And like that goes back to the same thing we talked about in the beginning. Social media. People are like, I'm scared to get online. If you put that camera in front of your face, you're gonna put on your best show. You're gonna get fired the fuck up. You're gonna speak different. You're gonna be excited because you're like nervous. Some people call it nervous. I call it being excited, right? You're gonna be excited, so you're gonna speak better. Your heart's gonna race. That's a good state to be in. That's when you get shit done, right? So like most people like want to be so prepared that it's not gonna be scary at all to do something. But like winners just make the move and then figure it the fuck out. Get on stage and freaking just try to a seminar, start the course, start the event, or like start the whatever. Go live, start building your brand, right? They just start. That's it. That's like the key. You know what I mean? Is just fucking taking action. You know?
Dude, we as humans were not designed to do this and record videos on our phone. Our brains were not programmed. Like, I don't know about you, but when I went to school, bro, they were not teaching me how to record videos on my phone and like put myself out there.
Teaching you triangles.
Like, so like, this shit is not normal. What we're doing is not normal.
Yeah.
It is completely out of everyone's comfort zone to go and put yourself out there and record videos of yourself and tell them all the information that's in your head and tell them everything that you're passionate about and share your life with them.
Yeah.
That shit's not normal, bro. But you know what? The people who do that, man, they get the biggest return on investment because they're letting people trust them.
And you just nailed it. Why you said people need to get in bigger rooms is because your mind was designed to keep you safe. So if you stay around average motherfuckers, you're going to stay safe. Stay safe, stay the same, right? When you get in bigger rooms, you realize the sacrifices people make. You make big decisions, you know? And that's it, dude. It's like your mind wants you to have everything paid off, no debt. Your mind wants you to have, you know, like no, like guarantees. There are no fucking guarantees. Does that make sense?
There's none in life.
And that's the game, right?
There's two guarantees in life. Number one, you're going to pay taxes to the day you die. Number two, you're going to die.
Yeah, that's it, dude. And by the way, like, it's so crazy to me that in school, people weren't taught how to sell, influence, persuade. People weren't taught money management, all the skills that make you a 1%er, that make you actually successful. You know what I'm saying? Isn't that so weird? Not like people aren't taught how to communicate. Like, you got guys who are like, yeah, I've been in school for 10 years and they can't even talk. Yeah. It's like, dude. Like,
so, you know what's crazy? So my mentor / best friend, he's a dating coach. He helps mostly successful entrepreneurs, believe it or not. He said these are the people who, they go into a boardroom, they own it, they make all this money, they close all these deals. Yeah. But they go out into the real world where it's not talking about business, it's talking about like everyday, like real stuff. And they're in their head, their body language is like, bro, in school, man, I was not like this. I was like so sheltered, boxed up.
And that's a skill you got to learn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you know why? Because no one taught me this is how you need to be when you're conversing with other people.
Exactly.
Right? I had to have someone unlock that in me. I had to have someone teach me and mentor me and be like, dude, that big personality you have, you need to use that in every real day life, not just business.
Bro,
business is one thing, right? Cool, you're going to make your money in the business. But when you're having real relationships, real friendships, talking to your family members, you need to dig deep into that personality that you have. Let it come out. And when it's out, when you're talking to real people, whoo, man, it's going to reflect on your business too, because it's not a fake thing that you're putting out. It's something that you're just naturally doing and saying and feeling every single day. It's just this flow. Everything feels the
flow
same.
Flow state, And the number one thing that Andy taught me is, and why you need to record yourself and video all a platform and people who can't. Does that make sense? Because some people get on there and their mind's in it, but their heart's not in it. It's like you can feel it, right? Like Andy was telling me, he said, dude, two people post a video and they say the same thing, but one hits completely different, and it's because the guy whose message you felt, that guy was going through something in that video when he said it, and that's what made you feel the way that you felt about what he said. Does that make sense? Isn't that fucking powerful?
That's crazy. It's so true. Again, it goes back to that energy. That energy is everything in the video. And something that I help teach a lot of my clients, right? Because a lot of them, this is their very first time actually going and putting themselves out there and recording videos for social media. So training exercises that I go through with my clients is, okay, great. Here's the script. Here's what you need to say on camera. But how you say it is going to make or break the video, right?
Exactly.
I could get on video any day and talk about great tips for social media, how to blow up. Cool. But it's how my delivery is, how my energy is, which is going to be the difference between a basic video and a viral video.
People want to connect with people. That's it. You know what I mean? And people love passion. People love, like, regardless of what anybody says, people love heart. People love passion. The world needs it. You know what I mean? So it's crazy, dude.
Dude, I love it.